So I grew up in a very violent home, and my father was an ex-outlaw biker, beard, tattoos, and I grew up out in Stoughton, and I guess they used and sold drugs, and then domestic violence and alcohol. So you just kind of learn to stuff in, and it led to me starting using alcohol at a really young age, probably 11. I smoked marijuana for the first time at like 4 or 5. And it just got to the point I was just numb. So in '94, my mother was convicted of drug trafficking and was sentenced to 20 years, December 12th, '94. Earlier that morning, before she was found guilty, my older son's 3 brothers were killed in a car accident here on the south side. So that was it. I don't remember, I was just numb after that. And I drank myself into a stupor. And I went out one night drinking and almost ran my car into a club downtown, Madison. And so I got sentenced. My very first drunk driving, I got sentenced to jail, and I got sentenced to 6 months. I needed help. I needed someone to see that there was a little 6, 7-year-old girl when all this started that was screaming and tired and lonely and traumatized by her life, and I just wanted someone to see me. So many people reaching for me. I think it's the difference between those that succeed and those that fall through the cracks are the people that reach for them. I had a lot of people reach for me that I didn't even see it then. It was just like, why are you in my space? And I got in bed that night and I said, I'm gonna go to a meeting tomorrow. And my partner said, nobody says that when they're drinking. And I got up the next day hungover and went to my first meeting, and I have been sober ever since. I think that was one of my biggest pivots. I had to stop numbing myself before I could start doing the work. And I was numbing myself with my alcohol for a long time. Yeah. So now I work in the criminal justice system, and I run a program called Just Bakery, which feeds both of my loves, which is food and criminal justice system. And I love what I do. I believe Just Bakery is a vehicle for change. I always tell people while we're teaching baking, and it's a large piece of it, it's a very small part of the program. We are teaching people how to be inside their own skin and working on their trauma and working on their insides and realizing that the number Department of Corrections gave them isn't theirs. Doesn't identify them. And starting to change people's way that they see themselves, which then the other people will see them different. I think that what we offer is a very overused word, but a very holistic way of helping people make change. I could have just been a training program that you come in and get your Serve Safe and National Restaurant stuff, and I get you a job and I check a box. That's such a small part of what people need. They need to be able to know that they're safe. They need to be able to know that they can work on their trauma. We have a support group that comes in to talk about those things. We do intensive life skills with people just to let them talk about anger and change the way we look at things and think about ourselves. To know that what they did isn't who they are. I will not stop. I need people to get on the bandwagon or get out the way. That's exactly how I feel. As I peel the layers of my own trauma and my fire, that it's a fire in here, I need people to know that if I have to do it one by one, I will make change. And people need to know that I am not afraid anymore. That little girl that was afraid to talk isn't afraid to shout. And people just need to know that. My mission is to give women a voice, to prevent children from having to go through what I went through, and to show men that it doesn't have to hurt so bad.